running program for us at the center, so we celebrate you. First, let me acknowledge that this center is a UNESCO Category 2 institute. As a UNESCO Category 2 institute, we have responsibility to fulfill our mandate. And part of our mandate is promotion of world peace, intercultural dialogue, and international understanding. For us as a center, it's not just for the Ukrainian people, humanity, because they are vital lessons to be learned. The United Nations Organization has pushed forward a position. The Director General of UNESCO has also established a support for peace building, and peace building must start in the minds of men and women. We host this today because the cultural intangible and intangible heritage of Ukraine has been destroyed greatly. Russia is a signatory to the 1954 Hague Convention on Protection of Cultural Property. It has violated that Hague 1958 and 1954 Hague Convention, which is a signatory to. Sir, you raise the question whether religion had any issue to do with it. Certainly, majority of the Russians belong to the Orthodox Church. And one of the silent issues that's in the law was the issue of the Orthodox Church. Quite recently, the Orthodox Church in Russia broke into two and established a different autonomous entity in Ukraine. To date, Putin is very bitter about it. The one in Ukraine has come to stay and is in support of whatever is going on there. Secondly, Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, is currently appealing to Israel that Israel should now support it because Ukraine hosts the heritage of Holocaust, which is a reminder of the number of Jews massacred in Ukraine during the Second World War. It has been destroyed by the Russian forces. What we call the blue sheep. The blue sheep is just a designation that is a cultural property and that in the event of war, we should not attack this place. UNESCO has moved in speedily through international partners to protect a number of cultural sites, theaters, and all the rest of it. As we speak today, some of the children and women and the elderly are housed temporarily in heritage sites, in theaters, and so on and so forth. Finally, part of the mandate of UNESCO is education. We have alluded and we have spoken about the crisis in higher education sector. The last conference we had at Bangkok University, sponsored by the Kennedy Corporation, was one of the major issues there. Why should our children prefer to go to Ukraine? I'm grateful today that Osun State University students that were trained in one of the medical universities in Ukraine who came back to the country about 2-3 years ago. That no Osun State, you see, Osun State migrated its students at a particular point. They are all back. They are doing well in their professional colleagues. There is crisis in higher education. If you have been able to resolve the crisis in higher education, we will not have there. we will not get there. Most of the universities we have today, with due respect, they are glorified universities. Glorified universities in the sense that they are already militarized. Look at what is happening globally, nationally, at University of Ibadan, at LASU, at and so on and so forth. We need to really revamp higher education, particularly in terms of leadership. I'm beginning to think that the appointment process for the selection of vice chancellors and principal officers needs to be drastically reviewed, so that maybe we hand over our universities to the private sector. If you want to become the president of an Ivy League university, it is not in the number of books and publications for your researching part. It is, you are a fundraiser, first and foremost. It is the private sector, ministers, that are handling universities today. So my recommendation as a fallout is that we need, one, rethink the process. Two, invest more in higher education in terms of infrastructure, in terms of ICT. The world of buildings will soon disappear. We will not be having virtual classrooms. So unless we invest in technology, higher education will continue to be in crisis. Because through technology.
Thank you, Professor.
Starting point is Professor Fowler's conclusion. The Bible says in the book of Proverbs, "Thou sluggard, go to the ant and learn wisdom." In the Holy Quran, Surah Naml also told the believers to learn in the same way King Solomon was an embodiment of wisdom. In Yoruba belief system, wisdom and knowledge very, very important. Ọgbọ́n ìmọ̀ àti òye. I attended a birthday celebration 2 days ago, about 3 or 4 days ago, and it was Archbishop Ladibolu, Emeritus, who gave the sermon. And one thing I took away from the sermon is that come lọ́gbọ́n, come lóye, kí n má bàa gbàgbé ọ̀run kí ó jẹ́ pé ayé nìkan lèèyàn wà. In other words, I'm establishing the centrality of knowledge acquisition, wisdom acquisition, very, very important in the way Professor Falola said it. You know, in our Yoruba belief system, ọgbọ́n ọdún ni wèrè ẹ̀mí, or a young palm frond that you see. Mo dúró pápá, when you see a young palm tree, the one that is relatively young and small, you will see all the leaves very green. Mo dúró pápá. But when you see the other ones that are older and the leaves are turning brownish, ó ṣe wá bẹ́ẹ̀ rí, ó ṣe wá bẹ́ẹ̀ rí, ó ṣe wá roasted like that. We also recognize in Yoruba three kinds of battle and we never trained. There's another one called a callback, the one that we do to accept training. Omologbon, the one that we train. We also recognize ego. When they say you are an ego, you are a stupid person. When they now say you are an omugo, you are a very stupid person. But when they now say Oma Ankumeko, a thoroughly stupid person who makes foolishness his constant dream. Professor Prof. You will never die. You will never die. You will never die. Professor Prof. will be 70 on January 1, 2020. Conclusion. I want to urge Professor Falola, Professor Femi, and my brother, Professor Sylvester, again, to please give us policy recommendations that can emerge from these proceedings, from this colloquium. Very important. We certainly send it to Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Ministry of Information and Culture. Those are the very important ministries, and even Ministry of Education. Very important. We need to redefine our national vision, national mission. The First World War, Germany was held responsible for the outbreak of the First World War. And at the end of the Third World War, it imposed a crushing war indemnity. The sum of £6.6 million was imposed on Germany for the cost of the construction of Ukraine. Yet, returning back to its status in the next 10 years. Has been weakened. It has over 10,000 people today in diaspora. But Russia is also paying the price. The Russian community in Thailand today cannot access a farthing, a dime from their land. They are also living like destitutes at the mercy of the Thailand government. Whether you are a Russian or you are in Thailand, they are solving the same fate. So wars are very terrible, unimaginable to the best of my knowledge. As a student of war history, war studies, this is the greatest humanitarian disaster after the Second World War. Wars in Africa, covered by United Nations. They are not covered by UNICEF. They are not covered by UNESCO. All international organizations are involved in the current Ukrainian war. It is a human tragedy. It is a tragedy, not also for humanity, but particularly for women, for children, and for families that have to be separated and they don't even know. A 2-year-old boy was buried in a lonely grave. An 18-year-old boy who was recruited was shot two weeks after recruitment. But the Ukrainian leadership could not tell his father, who was in the faraway battlefront, but they chose to honor the memory of the young man. What is happening in Ukraine today is an exhibition of patriotism and nationalism. What is going on now is switch warfare. The Ukrainians are defending every inch of their soil. Whatever becomes vice leading lights in international relations will be in Nigeria. Somebody said we didn't involve a woman or any woman in this site, in this. I look at the profile of our Nigerian women academics. Women studies where there is money. We want to revolt our women too to embrace war studies, strategic studies, military history, so that at any point in time they can face the international community of scholars that yes, they are good and they are excellent. Professor Odion Sylvester, you are coming to you years ago. I had the privilege of supervising Professor Odion at the Lagos State University. And I had the privilege of teaching. All the professors that I assembled there, Professor Akinyele, my soul brother, without him, we were appointed around this. He was appointed. Shola went on study leave at the Commonwealth College in UK. This other gentleman took up job academy. There was only one slot